Hello you guys, so welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is McKenna. I'm a makeup artist and yeah, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to get this really pretty matte cut crease. I also give you tips if you have hooded eyelids like myself, and I show you how to get good wing liner if you have hooded lids, because I know that can be difficult. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy and learn something new today, and let's get started on the tutorial. Alright you guys, so we're gonna get started. I'm gonna start off with the Morphe eyeshadow base, and then I'm going to apply the ColourPop concealer on top of that. Since I do have hooded eyes, my eyes do tend to crease, especially with matte eyeshadows for whatever reason, and we are going to be using matte eyeshadows today. So instead of just going in with concealer, I'm going to apply a traditional eyeshadow base such as this one. You can use the Urban Decay, Too Faced, whatever one you like. I'm going to apply this before my concealer to really ensure that my eyeshadows are not going to transfer to my crease and not going to crease. So I'm going to apply the Morphe base first. And this is only, I believe, the second time I've tried this. However, I've heard it's pretty good, so I have no complaints about it. So I'm just applying that all over. Actually, I could have used less than what I used, honestly, because I feel like I have a lot on my lid. Eyebrows are already filled in just because it just saves time and I hate my eyebrows, so yeah, it's just easier to not have to do them on camera. Okay, now I'm going to take the ColourPop concealer. I'm using the shade Light 18, and I'm not going to apply a ton of it, but I'm going to apply enough to even out the whole lid. And don't forget to get this inner corner area, because this area does tend to be a little bit on the darker side. I'm just going to run some powder. I'm going to use the MAC Studio Fix. I'm just going to lightly run that across the eye. I'm not going to apply too much, just a little bit to absorb any moisture. And then we're going to get started. So I'm actually going to start off by taking a pencil brush. So any kind of stiff, smaller detail brush will work. And I'm going to start off by taking this color here. This palette is by a brand called Bad Habit, and it's called the After Dark palette. I'm going to start off by taking this color here, Slip Dress, which is a matte, like red brown. And I'm just going to start off by applying this in my crease. And right now I'm just kind of working on getting the pigment there. Don't worry about blending it right now. Now I am bringing this, like, see, here's my flap of my eye right here. You could see it's right there. I am bringing it right above that because I want to actually see this color. And I do kind of lift my eyebrow when I get to this area, because I find that if I don't, it gets very patchy on me because I have loose skin in here. And then I actually have an extra like flap of skin in here. I don't know if you could see it on camera, but yeah, I basically have like a double hood. Again, I know this looks a little crazy, but trust me, it comes together. So now I'm going to take a little blending brush, and I'm going to take this color here, which is like a nice warm orange, and I'm going to use this color to blend out the color that we just applied. So I'm just working this above that color that we laid down first, the Slip Dress color. And I'm just kind of working my brush back and forth, wiggling it back and forth to blend everything out. When I get to this outer corner here, sometimes I find that the eyeshadow just isn't blending the way I want, or it just looks a little patchy, so I just kind of spend a little bit more time out in this area. As you can see, right now we kind of have like a cut crease situation going on. But I'm going to go ahead and do the other side real quick. Again, just working my brush back and forth, bringing this color, working it up towards the brow. If you find that you aren't getting a seamless blend between the two colors, dip back into the first color and then dip into the second, kind of mix them together, and then just tap off the excess and go back in like in between the two colors. Now taking a more fluffy brush, I'm just going to go in with this color, which is called Skin to Skin, and I'm going to apply this right above the cheeky color. I will warn you, this palette is extremely powdery and has a lot of fallouts, but I guess that's kind of what you get when you get a $10 palette, you know? But the pigmentation is good. So I'm just running this Skin to Skin color right like up towards the brow. Just kind of like blending everything out. So, okay, now we're gonna start cutting the crease, and then we're gonna go in with our lid color and then deepen up the outer corner. To cut my lid, I'm using the P. Louise eyeshadow base. This is a great product to do this technique. However, you can use concealer, you can use Tarte Shape Tape, Makeup Revolution concealer, the ColourPop concealer. There's a lot of different options. However, I just prefer this because it has a pretty sticky base to it. So I feel like whatever eyeshadow you put on top of it, it really like soaks it up. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of this. A little bit does go a long way. You don't want to apply too much, especially since we're going in with matte shadows. You don't want there to be too much base and too much of a matte eyeshadow. It could kind of become a mess. So just keep in mind a little bit goes a long way. And I recommend using a brush like this. This is just like a little concealer brush. This brush is by ColourPop and it is the E3 brush. By the way, I'm using the shade Rumor 1. So I'm just gonna go ahead, apply the base to right here, like on the lash line. And I'm just gonna look all the way up. And then you can see wherever that base hit, that's where I want to carve my crease up to. So I don't know if you could see, but right here, the base hit. So I'm going to carve my crease up to that point because that's where the eyeshadow is going to stop transferring. You want to stop cutting the crease right about this area right here. But I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. So I do recommend kind of just going over the area with the brush to make sure that there's not like a ton of excess product. Like actually using your finger is good because it will kind of pick up extra products. You want it to be nice and even. Now I'm going to take the After Hours palette. I'm going to take this color here, which is called Powder Room, and I'm just going to take a regular eyeshadow brush. It is a matte eyeshadow, and I'm going to apply this where I put the P. Louise base. Actually going to keep this outer area kind of blank. I'm only going to bring the eyeshadow till about here. Once I have the matte eyeshadow on the inner corner, I'm going to go ahead and take the color Slip Dress again with a stiffer brush, and I'm going to pack this on the outer corner area, like right here. And then I'm just going to take a little bit more product and put my brush this way instead of flat. And I'm just going to wiggle my brush in this area just to make sure that everything is blended. You just kind of want to do little tapping motions when you're blending into the white eyeshadow or the cream eyeshadow. Do the same thing on the other side. So I actually like to take some of the P. Louise base and apply it kind of right out here in this area, just because that's where I'm going to be applying the brown. And then I'm just going to take my finger and just kind of blend it out a little bit. So again, I'm just applying it on the outer corner and then taking my finger and blending it. And like I said, this is going to allow, I know it looks crazy, but it's going to allow the eyeshadow to really stick. So again, I'm just taking the color Arousal, whatever. And I'm just going to apply that. I'm just packing it onto the outer corner. I I decided I want a little bit more definition right like where the white meets the like orangey shades. So I'm going to take the color Slip Dress and a little pointy blending brush, and I'm just going to go right above the cream color eyeshadow with this. So as you can see, even when I look straight and have relaxed lids, you can still see my lid color, which is what you want. You don't want it to be hidden by your hood. So now we're going to move on to eyeliner, and I'm going to be featuring a new eyeliner. This is called the Call Me Unshakable Eyeliner. It is high pigment, waterproof liquid eyeliner. And I do have a coupon code for you guys. I will put it on the screen. But yeah, this is a pen eyeliner, and yeah, we're gonna give it a shot. We're going to do a wing. I'm actually gonna start off with this eye because this is my difficult eye. But what I like to do, so for my wing liner, obviously sometimes it can be a little bit tricky if you have really hooded lids, but I like to make my wing big enough where it kind of goes over the hood part. Or you could do the opposite. You could make it a small wing where it doesn't actually hit where your where your crease goes over your lid. So it's up to you what kind you like. I just personally like a really dramatic wing. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take the pen and I'm going to kind of map out where I want the wing to be. So I'm just holding the liner this way, up at an angle towards the tail of my brow, and I'm just kind of laying it across the eye to kind of create how up I want the wing to be. And I think that's a good spot. So now I'm going to look straight, and you can see this is where my hood kind of starts going over my lid. So I'm just gonna make like a little mark there because I want my wing to go over this. I want it to disguise that area. So now I'm just gonna line across the eye, and then once I get to this area, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put my eyeliner up at an angle again, and I'm going to drag it this way. And now you could see if I continue with this shape, my hood is not going to interfere with the eyeliner because I'm going over the hood. So like I said, you can either keep the liner thin and kind of go under where your hood starts, or you can go over it like I did and kind of disguise it a little bit. So I'm happy with the thickness of that. So now I'm just going to fill in this little blank spot here, and then we'll work on the very tail end. So I always like, when I get to the end of the wing, I kind of like to get some product out, especially when I'm using pen eyeliners. So I just do that on the back of my hand. And now we're just gonna work on the very tail. So that is what my wing is looking like. I'm just gonna let this dry, and I'm gonna do the other side real quick. So I decided I want to make the crease a little bit darker, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the color Arousal again. And I'm going to put this kind of at like where the wing is. I want to kind of smoke out the wing a little bit because I feel like it'd be really flattering with this look. That's another great thing to do when you do have hooded lids, is to smoke out the outer corner of your wing, because it kind of disguises the hood part, and you don't have to have a perfect wing if you're going to smoke it out. So it just takes a little pressure off of you. So I'm just applying that right here. And again, just kind of dragging it at the top of the wing. Right there. And I don't know about you guys, but I instantly like this eye better now. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same step on this eye. So I'm going to go ahead and apply lashes. I think I'm going to use these lashes. Let's see. They're by Amazon. If I could find them, I'll link them down below. But let's see if I actually like these. Yeah, yeah, I think those are pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead, apply my lashes, do my face makeup, and come back to finish up the rest of the eyes. Alright you guys, so my face makeup is done. If you want to see how I got this face makeup, I'm going to be uploading a video tomorrow. It was a first impressions, so yeah, check it out. But anyways, Georgie, do not be ripping tissue up. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my eyes. So I'm going to use the Morphe eyeliner in All Nights, which is like a dark plum liner. And I'm going to apply this right in my waterline. Now I'm going to take that color Arousal again that we use on the lid. I'm just going to use that to smudge out the eyeliner and also kind of set it. This eyeliner, by the way, is really flattering on brown or hazel eyes since it is purple, but it's not like a vibrant purple. It's like a dark eggplant, so it's just like a little hint of purple, and I absolutely love it. I think it's so pretty. Now I'm just taking the Slip Dress color. I'm just going to run that underneath the purple. Now I'm just going to wet my brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. It's just like a highlighter, just because I want to add a little bit of a little highlight on the inner corner. This is really the only area that has shimmer on the eye, and I just feel like this always opens up the eyes, and when you have hooded lids you want to do anything to kind of open up the eye. Alright you guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you learned something new if you have hooded lids. If you decide to try this look out, definitely tag me on Instagram. I always love seeing your recreations of my looks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, have a great day.